But now she's gone ahead to say that if the billion Indians ask us questions, we're not going to answer them. Yeah. Now this is showing contempt for the Indian public opinion and Indian sentiments.
I am intrigued, Zafar Hilali. Why is she doing this? Now, one part of it could be that she's insecure about her job. There were reports she could be sacked recently. Maybe she wants to make the Pakistani army establishment a little happy, given reports of their increasing influence in Islamabad. But, you know, she's making factual mistakes, Zafar Hilali. She actually cited an interview earlier, the spokesperson of India's Northern Army Command, saying that Hemraj has not been, Lansnaik Hemraj has not been beheaded. Now, they were proven to be incorrect later. Why is a person who holds a position of Pakistan foreign minister doing this? Making factual mistakes.
I think she is...
etc., etc. Yeah, why is she doing this? What is the incentive?
I think she is not... She is saying exactly what a lot of people here think. That there are a lot of warmongers in India. Especially your army chief.
Right.
And especially that trigger-happy brigadier. And sometimes people on your channel. So what has she said, which is wrong?
She
you
said,
are warmongers.
She says
you approach the system like that. You approach the issue like that. So why do you expect her to say anything else?
We should.
I mean,
a foreign minister.
Frankly, I am
a foreign
appalled.
minister should not make factual mistakes.
Listen. First of all, let me start by saying it is reprehensible for anybody to mutilate or cut off any head. It is reprehensible, and we all think it's reprehensible.
I would have liked to hear that from your foreign minister.
That should be taken for granted that no civilized person. Why should she say that it is taken for granted?
No, it's
not. We are not barbarians. We are not living in another planet. For God's sake, it is barbaric. We have condemned it. And I tell you, I liked what this gentleman said earlier, that if that is a possibility, it should be investigated. And there is no command. Here is an honorable former Air Force man sitting with me. It is inconceivable that anybody should have given a command to anybody on that order.
No, so don't you think...
why don't you say that it's unfortunate? But then after that you take off. And you start saying all sorts of things. And you are warmongering. Now let me tell you another thing else.
So Mr. Zafar Hilali.
Have you heard of a place?
Mr. Zafar Hilali.
Look, have you heard of a place called Soran Patra? Your troops attack in response. By the way, in response to firing, which again the previous gentleman was right in saying that firing takes place.
Yeah.
In response to that firing, this same trigger-happy brigadier on your side sent over a patrol which came within 30 meters off the ceasefire line and killed a Pakistani soldier and critically wounded somebody else. The Hindu of 10th January has supported that, the fact that you are building bunkers there, which is in violation of the 205 agreement and the 203 agreement. Now, there have been several talks between your DGMOs on both sides.
Yes, and today,
now, please, you are not as if you're not lily white. Don't come across as lily white. Now, if you want to say, that this, what has happened to your soldier is bad, I say it's worse than bad. It's reprehensible. But if you want to take off from there, damage the entire fabric of the confidence-building measures we have made, and take us in the direction of war, your Prime Minister is not acting like a statesman, he's acting like a politician.
So the limited point is that there is a man called Jalil Abbas Jilani, who happens to be the Foreign Secretary of Pakistan. I have never in the life of me or in my experience heard a Foreign Secretary make a factually incorrect observation. Why is he doing so? Why is the Foreign Minister of Pakistan repeating that factual inaccuracy? Who is warmongering?
I don't understand.
That is the limit. Sir, I am telling you today that sir, please.
Let me ask you a counter question.
Sir,
why do you think Pakistan would like to posture for war at this stage when we have already too many potatoes on our hands?
Can I answer that?
Maruf has a quick reply. Maruf has a quick reply to that, and then I'm going to Shiv Shankar Mukherjee. Yes, Maruf Raza wants to respond to you. Go ahead, Maruf.
Sir, quick points. One is that Mr. Jalali, though I'm in agreement with him which is, I'm very rarely in agreement with him, but on this one, that it's reprehensible what has happened with the beheading of the soldier. But let me also tell Mr. Jalali that the brigadier he is referring to in the Uri sector, whose name has come up in the Hindu article also, which many people in India have dismissed as factually inaccurate, but the brigadier was himself on annual leave. He is not there. He is normally in command of that brigade, but when that act happened in which he is being pointed fingers at, he was not in town. One. Secondly, why is Pakistan wanting to do away with and escalate tension and do away with the peace that exists? One, Pakistan would like the line of control to again become the center of debate and the attention of the international community to shift to Kashmir. Two, Pakistan's got presidentship of the UN Security Council. It wants to use this occasion to draw as much international attention to it. Three, Pakistan wants to bargain with the Americans, but Indians are ratcheting up tensions. We want to shift troops back to the LOC because Pakistan is not happy with its commitment in the AFPAC region. And finally, and most importantly, the army wants to enter in close to election time as a policy maker, as a player in the socio-politico-economic fabric of Pakistan, particularly post Abbottabad when they lost the confidence of the people. So the answers are there, sir.
And the facts here are, and I ask Shiv Shankar Mukherjee to come in. The fact is, she also says that warmongering coming in from the other side of the border, which I thought is the thing of the yesteryears. You know, sir, right after the flag meeting, there were 5 ceasefire violations. Your attempt is to keep the LOC hot and active. These are the words of our Northern Army commander, but we've seen through it. My question to Shiv Shankar Mukherjee is, if Hina Rabbani Khar, Mr. Mukherjee, so allow me to put the
history or a record of being a peaceful nation.
My question.
You have tried to be hegemonistic and bullying the smaller nations for last 65
years.
So
my question to Mr. Mukherjee.
Country of India.
My question to Mr. Mukherjee is
peace with India.
Air Vice Marshal Hussain Abidra. One second. May I ask the question to Shiv Shankar? Mr. Mukherjee, one would have expected in a circumstance like this, you know, the foreign minister of Pakistan would have probably said that an incident has happened, we are investigating it, and that's it. Why is she trying to make instigatory comments without enough factual backup? Why is she doing this? Even risking making factual mistakes in the process, one after the other.
Well, I'll take up from where my senior colleague, erstwhile senior colleague, Kamal Sibal left off. I find this, frankly, entirely predictable. I've dealt with Pakistani propaganda as deputy spokesman, as a press officer in Washington. And I find the whole sequence of events from the Pakistani side entirely predictable. To keep the line of control hot, to draw attention to that. In this time, of course, I think they overstepped the line by this really barbaric act, which is virtually indefensible. But the fallout from there, from the Pakistani side, as I said, been predictable. Always the technique has been, after something happens which ratchets up the tension between India and Pakistan, for Pakistan then to take the very reasonable line that it is India that is trying to take advantage of the situation, to try and ratchet up tensions. It is Pakistan that is trying to be reasonable and adhere to the peace process and so on. So this kind of verbiage is going to be continued. We will have to take, as before, measures on our side to present the correct picture, which has been started at the UN by our permanent representative.
One second. Mr. Pirzada, one second. Let's look at what she says. She says, our government has made pacifying statements. People were shocked, Mr. Pirzada, when they heard Hina Rabbani Khar, and I am saying this repeatedly. I'm giving her the benefit of doubt. She's extremely inexperienced in matters of statesmanship and policy. Our consensus in India is that inexperience is showing. That inexperience, that lack of experience is showing. You know, when she says any statement, no foreign minister says, makes a comment like any statement from billions of Indians does not deserve a response. That is what I call unprovoked verbal firing.
Let me just quickly say that.
Why would she say something?
Let me just quickly say something.
No, why would she say any statement from billions of Indians does not deserve a response? Why would she say?
It's a very funny comment. It's a very funny comment that we should consult India before we appoint a foreign minister of Pakistan.
No, that's all. That's your prerogative to appoint her as foreign minister.
Hold on.
Yes.
You're saying
I'm not questioning
inexperienced
that.
and all that. We cannot consult you before we appoint. So
no, I'm not asking
wishful thinking. Number one.
No.
Hold on.
No.
Number two.
Why did she make that comment?
It was the Indian Army chief that exacerbated the situation.
So why did she make a comment?
He went on saying.
Why did she say any statement from billions of Indians does not deserve a response? Is that the language of a foreign minister?
He is the one. He escalated the whole situation.
Is that the language of a foreign minister?
Offensively,
Sir,
he is the one who talked about offensively entering into Pakistan and attacking Pakistan.
Sir,
that's what he meant.
Sir, you are being...
so when you have an army chief saying that, what do you expect from Hina Rabbani Khar?
Mr. Pirzada,
she has to say what she said.
Mr. Pirzada, you know what the army chief spoke like an army chief. He says we are not going to be, hitting them unnecessarily. But if they no.
Why he spoke like a warmonger? He was a warmonger. I hate to say that, but he acted like a warmonger.
Maruf
is like a warmonger.
Why would she make a comment like any statement from billions of Indians does not deserve a response? I am intrigued.
Because the subject was
I can give you an
put
answer
on
to
the
that.
street. Yes.
What? No, the subject was not put on the street, Vice Marshal. The subject was made at a foreign ministry briefing.
Mr. Shiv Shankar one question. He has predicted everything that has happened in last few days. Can he tell me what will happen in next 2 weeks on the LOC? Will it get hotter or will it cool down? Number one. Number two, when our foreign minister makes a statement like that,
yes, why?
I mean, I as an ordinary citizen have been saying the same thing, that you have taken a foreign office related issue to the streets. People want revenge. Your air chief has said that. I'm waiting for your naval chief to say so.
Was she standing? Was 1 minute, sir? Zafar Ilali, can you tell me?
Because Air
Vice Marshal Abid Rao has raised the street argument again. Was Hina Rabbani Khar standing on a street corner trying to be a Qadri? Or was she a foreign minister at a press conference?
They're all in the...
No, who was she addressing? Was she on a street corner? Or was she having a foreign ministry press conference? Why was she talking like that? Mr. Hilali, aren't you also intrigued? Aren't you worried?
Intrigued.
No, actually, I'm getting rather bored.
I am.
No, please go ahead. Don't be.
No, I don't see where is this discussion leading to?
Sir, the discussion is on Hina Rabbani Khar.
Hina Rabbani Khar, after hearing what your army chief, air force chief, after seeing Pakistani hockey players being sent back, after seeing that relations will not be the same again, is wondering whether you people are letting as an incident, a very unfortunate incident, if it's true, are you letting it detract? Are you letting two whole nations bent on an agenda of coming together be spoiled by this?
Sir,
and the amount of time you have devoted to this is really astonishing. I think that you really don't want
Mr.
peace.
Zafar Ilali.
You are
Mr.
people
Hilali,
who really believe. Now, what I would say is this.
Mr. Hilali, may I point one factual inaccuracy in your observations? May I tell you why you are slightly factually incorrect today, sir? It is because...
Please go ahead.
It is because, you say that she got provoked by the Indian Army Chief. The Indian Army Chief's press conference happened after her comments on this don't deserve a response statement. One. B, you say she got provoked by the 7 hockey players from Pakistan coming back. Her statement was before the hockey players went back. So you are factually...
you really are. Very weak grounds, you're not dealing with facts. Now you're twisting them and negative. I mean, for God's sake.
Inverse rationalization.
Yes.
So your observation...
Listen to me. Hina Rabbani Khar was astounded that an incident on the ceasefire line, however reprehensible if true, should have been taken up by the by the media in India and by the government of India,
people of India,
in such a manner as if to, yes, we are trying to get rid of terrorists.
Yeah.
And all you do is take a statement by some mad terrorists who we are trying to get at and say this reflects Pakistan. This is being irresponsible.
So I am taking the
worse than that, it's warmongering. It's you're using any excuse and every excuse to prejudice the outcome of the talks.
I'm taking the statements of Hina Rabbani Khar, sir. And she's the foreign minister. She's not a terrorist. I want to go across to Maruf to respond. Maruf has his hand up. Maruf, please.
Sir, with respect, sir, I just want to, I've elaborated earlier in my understanding, limited understanding, why would Pakistan like to escalate the situation?
Why?
I gave 4 or 5 points.
Why would you like
My question to you, sir, and you are distinguished. Sir, please, my question is that
Pakistan
why,
is not escalating
sir,
the
please,
situation.
sir.
It is India that is escalating
Mr. Pirzada, I give you respect. I deserve respect. If you can't speak to me like a gentleman, shut up. Please understand that India has no interest in escalating the situation. We have never asked for third-party intervention. We have never asked to internationalize the Kashmir issue. You have internationalized the Kashmir issue.
Shut up.